Glitch Productions. We all know them. We all love them. They're the people who made some of the best web series of recent times. Murder Drones, Gaslight District, and the Amazing Digital Circus, and Knights of Guinevere. But more recently, they've been secretly connecting all of their shows Pixar Theory style. This is something several people have caught up on, but I did leave out some important details, so I'm here to figure out how all these shows on their channel connect together. Get ready. This is the glitch theory. Totally different from the Pixar theory. Just trust me with that, please. This theory gets pretty meta, and I'm not trying to make any claims about glitch productions. I'm just making theories on the shows for fun. I have wanted to make a real theory and also find glitches shows. And I also find glitches shows to be very fun and entertaining to talk about. This video is not sponsored, so Glitch, please do not sue me. I don't know if I needed to clarify this, but I can never be too safe. Anyway, let's get to the theory. Actually, wait, I forgot to say that I'm kind of biased when I say no one has talked about Metarunner or Sunset Paradise. I haven't actually watched any of those theories in fear of someone else's video influencing this theory without me realizing it. I don't want to steal content, is what I'm saying. It's happened to me before, so I've been going off of thumbnails. If you don't like this theory, then I would recommend Zippity Zab's theory on the same topic. It looks like they actually talk about Metrunner, at least. I can't guarantee what his theory is, but hey, might be a little more sane than mine. Anyway, back to the theory. Actually, wait, no! One last thing. So I started writing the script before the 2025 Glitch Direct, where they state different things about what is going to be happening to their channel and their shows and everything. And they bought the show Lackadaisy. Well, I don't know if they actually bought it or if it was like just a deal. I don't fully understand. But yeah, apparently that's in their roster now. And yeah, I think I know how to fit it in. It feels more like a cop out. I'm sorry. I mean, not really, but also, yeah, just. You know what? Let's just start the theory because this part is unscripted. Let's just go. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Just look online on YouTube, on Netflix, on Prime. You'll 100% find it. But anyway, Glitch Productions is an animated company that started on a different channel, SMG4, made by Luke and Kevin Lerdwichkel. I am so sorry if I mispronounced that. You know what? I'll just keep going. Glitch started out as extras that they would put up on the channel known as Glitchy Boy, which was a little break from their normal content, Super Mario 64 bloopers. In 2018, they made their first story arc on SMG4, the Waluigi arc. It's about Waluigi being rejected for most of his life, real. But in this arc, we are introduced to Tari, an original character by both Luke and Kevin, who was made to be a really good gamer girl. No, I'm serious. Her appearance in the arc was to set up Metarunner, which is the first show where Tari is the main character. The episodes started being produced on SMG4, but Season 2 moved them to the Glitch channel. Tai wasn't the only SMG4 original character to have her own show, though. In 2021, the character Meggy, a former Inkling that turned human in the anime arc, yes, I'm serious, got her own series, Sunset Paradise. In this show, Meggy takes a vacation from SMG4 into the main setting for the show, Port Aurora. The point of her vacation is to figure out what she wants to do with her life after Splatfest ended. While being dragged into a crazy adventure to stop an evil egg man thing. I forget his name and what his role is. I'm sorry. With the help of her new friend Oribori. Later that same year, Liam Vickers approached the company with Murder Drones, my personal favorite show that Glitch has made. The plot of Murder Drones is that there is a system that corrupts the drones known as the Absolute Solver, and it kinda ends all life on Earth. We follow the characters Uzi N and V as they try to stop the Solver from destroying and consuming their planet, Copper-9. And also, N and V were more minions under the control of the Solver until Uzi helps them, or at least N, switch sides from being mindless killers to friends of the worker drones. But Uzi seems to have this virus through genetics, so as the show goes on, you see the Solver having a stronger and stronger hold on her as she keeps using it. In the end, though, they do defeat Sin, the main host of the Solver, but Sin still seems to be alive inside of Uzi, so maybe we'll get a season 2 if we're lucky. I kind of doubt it, but I'm still putting out hope. Please, Liam Figures, if you're hearing this, please, please. You can't end on a cliffhanger like that. Please, please, help me, please. And in 2023, we got The Amazing Digital Circus. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, where have you been for the past 2 years? Literally, this thing has been everywhere. Everywhere. Are you okay? Do I need to call someone? I'm 100% confident. Okay, well, fine. 75% confident when everyone on the internet and on Netflix knows about Digital Circus. But regardless, in 2023, Glitch made the pilot episode and won immediate success in the first week. It's what you would expect out of a circus show. There's a colorful cast of characters. They go on wacky adventures, but despite its colorful world, this show gets pretty dark at times. Episode 3 literally tried to be the scariest episode. For Halloween, I'm 100% certain that's around the time when it was released. And and some moments in some of the episodes cover some serious topics. The story behind it is that the were human, but then put on some headset that got them sucked into the circus under the role of the ringmaster Kane, who makes the adventures for them. Yeah, it's the whole thing. I'll link all these shows in the iCard. Just watch those if you need. They, uh, it's better explained by watching it than me explaining it. Okay. In the current year of 2025, we get two new shows by Glitch. One being the Gaslight District. The run, the rundown, the rundown is that the world has ended. What remains of humanity is twisted, misshapen. But hey, everyone has eternal life. That's a win, right? I think. Though apparently there is one threat to their life, the one human. Yeah, I still don't fully understand with only one episode up. The only way to tell who is human is to see who has black blood. I can't talk today. As opposed to every other thing, which they have purple blood. The human is actually the main character, Mel, but she doesn't want to be. She wants to be in her dad's crime gang, the Smiling Dead, which she technically is, but apparently she's not exactly one of them. Don't, again, don't listen to me. Just watch the show. It's on YouTube, please. The only other person who knows that she's human and who is willing to help her is her dad, Ken the Butcher. So what they do, so that no one will worry about Mel being a human, is that they were going to trick people into thinking that they stole the human egg. Yes, humans hatch from eggs in this world. Don't ask questions. I didn't write it. And they were going to destroy it at a ceremony. Mel drew the human symbol on the egg to sell the effect, but the egg hatched in front of everyone, and it was actually an angel egg. Oh yeah, angels are crows in this world. And that's the end of episode 1. On a cliffhanger. I can't do it. Yeah, just. I mean, it's not a bad show, but like, still. The one that released most recently is Knights of Guinevere. And as I'm writing this, the pilot just came out this week. It's about two girls named Frankie and Andy trying to fix a Guinevere android. Guinevere is a fictional princess that was made by probably the most Disney a Disney knockoff can be, which makes sense. The writer of these series also is also the same person who wrote The Owl House, which was a show made by Disney, but then got canceled because Disney said it, quote unquote, didn't fit their theme. Yeah, sometimes I just hate Disney a lot. I mean, Gravity Falls was a win, but like, so. And the maker of the android was his daughter, which we still don't know much about yet, because it's only the pilot out right now, okay? I've seen a lot of people say Knights of Guinevere is supposed to show what Disney is really like, cough cough film theory. I can see why they think this, but then again, I don't think it's worth explaining for 20 minutes. I've seen someone also say it in a YouTube short and still made perfect sense. But I don't know. I don't think what the show is based on really matters. So, I've already mentioned Lackadaisy, but also I haven't actually seen the show. Don't don't be mad at me. Trust me. I mean, I know I probably should have since Michael Kovac is in it and he's literally in everything. But also, I just haven't really heard of this before. Don't start Flame Wars, please. And also, so I can't really explain it. Just watch the pilot this in the iCard right over here. Again, I don't know what to do with it because again, I'm going off script for this. But you know what? Let's. I know how to put it in. Just I don't. Yeah, just let's just keep going. But anyway, so with all of this out of the way, what can we do with what we have? A lot, actually. Strap in. You have no idea how crazy this is going to get. Like, I would still remember, like, a year or so ago, I wanted to find a way to connect all these shows together, but the most I could do was go off of SMG4. I mean, Maggie in Sunset Paradise is literally the same Maggie from SMG4. We literally see the transition from SMG4 over to Glitch Production Land, whatever. And there's one episode of SMG4 into the Marioverse, which is a promotion for the final season of Metarunner, but it's labeled as non-canon. So, since all of the Murder Drones promotions where N literally flies in aren't labeled as not canon, are are we able to take those as canon? It's the main reason why I wanted to abandon this theory. There were too many holes and not enough evidence. But fast forward to 2025, and oh my gosh, I love Digital Circus and Knights of Guinevere a little more now. We have Easter eggs. Easter eggs that can't be explained by any in universe reason. Digital Circus has both a Gaslight District poster and the undead symbol in the anime section of episode 5. Oh yeah, in episode 6 we also get Uzi's railgun from Murder Drones. That's right, baby. Oh, and I didn't forget about Knights of Guinevere. In one part at the beginning of the episode, Andy and Frankie were trying to win a Guinevere plushie out of a claw machine. The animators could have just filled the claw machine with different Guinevere plushes, because as far as we know, Guinevere is the only character that what's-his-name Disney knockoff made. But instead, they filled the claw machine with plushies of other characters from Glitch's roster. N, Uzi, Pommy, Jax, and Mel. 3 out of the 5 shows that Glitch owns were referenced in this one episode. From here, we could start putting the pieces together.
So, what do these Easter eggs mean for the glitch theory? Let me point you towards another SMG4 story arc, the Genesis arc, or the Revelations arc. Either one will do because they're both a sequel and prequel to each other. According to the Genesis arc or the Revelations arc, either one, SMG4 is a Super Mario 64 emulator that Luke, yes, Luke Lord Witchagle is canon in SMG4, put in an interesting USB, which brought SMG4, the character, to the Mushroom Kingdom. And later, the same thing with SMG3. SMG 1 and 2 and 0 were from different games, which are referred to as different universes. SMG 1 and 2 share a universe like SMG 3 and 4, while SMG 0 is the only one SMG in his universe, which, by the way, SMG stands for Super Meme Guardian. Can you see now why this theory gets pretty meta? So, Maggie is originally from the Splatoon part of the Super Mario 64 emulator. I don't know how Splatoon got into Super Mario 64, but hey, lore didn't exist when Maggie was introduced, so let's not bother. Sunset Paradise was stated by Luke and Kevin to be a, quote, show that feels like a video game. So, when Maggie sails off to Port Aurora, she is not just taking a vacation. She's traveling to another universe. Let that sink in real quick, all you people who still care about Sunset Paradise, and also I love all the people who still care about the underrated glitch shows, please. It's why she hops channels for the show. She's moving away from SMG4 and going into Glitch Productions. Now, hold on a sec. Remember those Murder Drones promotions I was talking about earlier? In those promotions, N appears and normally tries to kill Mario because how else are you supposed to promote one of the, quote, biggest projects in your career? End quote. That's, I mean, it's not exactly the quote he said, but he said that it was his biggest project yet. So it was a project that took the turning point for Glitch, guys. Let's just leave it. We've seen Maggie just sail off into another universe and back. Why wouldn't N be able to do the same? Murder of Drones is another universe or video game in this world. It fits too perfectly to be a coincidence. In fact, what's stopping the other glitch shows from being the same way? Say, for instance, the Gaslight District or Lackadaisy. Shows that have action-packed, sometimes a cartoony style. The Gaslight District just feels like a video game. I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out it was another game on Luke's desktop like we see with SMG4. Now, I'm sure you want me to discuss why I haven't grouped The Amazing Digital Circus, Metarunner, or Knights of Guinevere in the video game category. I mean, Digital Circus is literally said to be a video game. What am I doing if I'm not grouping them in the same category as SMG4? Heck, Tari and Belle are characters in SMG4 and in Metarunner. Surely I would be able to make a connection, right? Well, you got your seatbelts on, right? Trust me, this mystery gets a little bit darker. So, what do we know about the Amazing Digital Circus? Well, it's likely a video game that was developed by CNA, the company that keeps showing up, and the one that Pomni might have worked at. We don't fully know about it yet. The last episode isn't out by the time I'm recording this. And the cast is all a bunch of humans who were zapped into the game Jumanji style, and they're forced to go on adventures made by Kane. We've talked about all of that already. But when you actually think about it, these characters came from somewhere. You can't just say that they're characters made up for a video game this time. All of them say that they were human at one point and had real jobs. And also, why would Digital Circus be one of the franchises to never once make an appearance on SMG4, like N or Belle or even the characters who originated on SMG4 and got their own shows like Tari or Meggy? Digital Circus is the video game. It would make perfect sense to cross over. Well, let's go back to the Easter eggs we found earlier. Uzi's Railgun and Gaslight District concept art and a poster. Don't you think it's a little weird that Kane just happened to have these ready to be loaded? It's almost like he had these models, and due to the lack of specifics, he just threw them in. That must mean Kane is made by the same company that made Murder Drones the game and Gaslight District the game, which gave him access to these models. Yes, but unlike what we see with Digital Circus, I don't think the company behind it, CNA, made Kane, or at least not entirely. Let's go back to SMG4's Revelations story arc. All the way to the end, the Revelations movie. In this video, the characters literally travel outside of the confines of Luke's laptop. That sounded way cooler in my head and on paper than saying it out loud. But you know what? It works. Now, covering how they did this is, it's best saved for someone else and not for me to explain. But that's not what we're focusing on here. As the character's journey to the God Box, if you're confused what that is, just watch the movie. Again, it's here on YouTube. We fly past the iconic Glitch Productions background that Luke uses for merch promotions, which is interesting because if you look on the table, you can see an N plush, a V plush, a Mario plush, and a Baldi plush. The exact same plushies Luke used for a Murder Drones promotion in the same story arc we're watching. Wait, so if Luke is allowed to promote Murder Drones in universe, wouldn't that mean that Glitch Productions had to have made the in-universe game? Yes, I am saying that Glitch Productions partner with CNA to make the Amazing Digital Circus. I know in the Metaverse glitch, just to be clear. Please do not sue me, Glitch. I'm not trying to make any claim about you in real life. And yes, I know this is also the craziest thing they've ever said. Luke and Kevin have always wanted to evolve animation with every show they make in the real world. Again, please do not sue me, Glitch. This is only for theorizing and purposes and fun only. Who's to say they aren't trying to do the same thing in the Glitch Metaverse? Maybe CNA called them and offered the opportunity to help evolve the gaming industry. They were hired to program Kane and Bubble. We know that they have experience with AI like that. I mean, SMG4 is able to do whatever he wants with Mario and friends without involvement from Luke. That sounds like an AI to me. This whole time, I've been talking about the amazing digital circus. It's more time than I wanted to spend. I don't want to make the video too long, but what about Knights of Guinevere and Metarunner? Well, going back to that claw machine, we know that Glitch's merch is popular enough that people can win it in amusement parks or arcades, hence the claw machine. But I don't think Knights of Guinevere is just a video game. I think it's the real world. Again, hence the claw machine. With official Glitch merch in it. But unlike CNA, I don't think Glitch partnered with what's his name, the creator of Guinevere, to actually make Guinevere. If they did, the theme park planet would it only have wouldn't only have Guinevere. I feel like the brand deal would let Glitch have at least some control over the park's theming if they're able to put their merch in the park. But I don't think they were doing nothing at all in the real world. In fact, let's go back to once more to SMG4. You see, I would have grouped Metarunner in the video game category if it wasn't for Tari's Metarunner arm. Her arm is the linchpin for the whole series because of its weird and unique nature of allowing Tari to hop in and out of video games like she's a Jumanji character, just she's at will of whether she's in the game or not. Just like the Amazing Digital Circus and the end of Knights of Guinevere pilot. But remember, Tari is from SMG4 originally. Why would she be out in the real world? Well, this is the whole plot of Metarunner is that Tari is apparently an AI made to preserve the memory and consciousness of the character Lucinia. The only problem I see with this, where did the AI come from? Tari's quote-unquote creator and main antagonist of the show, Sheridan, disappeared a while before Tari even woke up. But we also know SMG4 exists in this world based on the character Sophia. If you look at her tablet in Season 1, you can see it has an SMG4 sticker on it, as well as one of SMG4's character's symbols, Psycho. There's also this one screen Tari passes by that's available to the public at the start of the pilot. Essentially, it shows what SMG4 character you are, as evidenced by Tari walking past and seeing the SMG4 version of herself, copying her movements like a mirror. Another guy next to her getting the character Axel. So, SMG4 has a presence in the real world, probably due to the show being made by Glitch, the same people to making big games, just to make sure you guys were paying attention. So why is Tari in Silica City? Well, maybe Sheridan based his AI off of SMG4's character Tari. I know there's potential legal ramifications if Sheridan copies the character and makes it into his own AI, but maybe Glitch's in-universe copyright for the character expired. Similar to how Disney's classic characters in the real world got expired too, and now people are making horror movies out of it. It's hard to make a difference between the real world that we live in and the metaverse world that I'm talking about. So please just bear with me here. I'm again not trying to make any claims about Glitch Productions. Let's let's continue, please. I'm saying this because look at Knights of Guinevere. It takes place in a run-down, vandalized, dry city. And then look at Matrunner. It's way more clean and futuristic. People have robotic arms. Maybe Metarunner takes place after the end of Knights of Guinevere. If you're somehow still not convinced on this theory, all you have to do is go to the earliest days of the Glitch channel. What you'll find is that they actually did make a pilot for Ultra Jump Mania, the main video game in Metarunner. The copyright neutral Super Mario Bros. Glitch was for one of the characters in Metarunner. They made a test pilot for a show all about one of the characters in Metarunner because they made the in-universe game of Ultra Jump Mania. And that is the glitch theory. Thank you so much for watching. This video was a lot to make, but it was also pretty fun. So if you guys ended up liking it, please subscribe because, yeah, this was, like I just said, it was a lot. I wanted to thank you guys for watching, and I also wanted to thank everybody who helped support me in this project. Thank you to Glitch for making this fun. Yeah, they don't tell you what goes into making videos. Oh gosh. Yeah. And so yeah, also by the way, while I was making this video, Glitch also announced a new show called the Gameoverse, which which is starring Jay Schlatt, which is kind of funny. Like he plays one of the main characters. But aside from that, the name actually I haven't seen the trailer yet, but the name actually quite fits with the theory when you think about it. When you think about it, it's much over, game over, like okay, you guys get it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching again. I would I wouldn't be here without your support. I love all you guys. Please. I don't know why I'm still I don't know why I'm still anxious in front of a camera. I've been doing this for a while. So just what? Anyway, this was the glitch theory. I I am I am Double Agent. Over and out.